What's up, y'all? Welcome to my kitchen. This is where the magic happens. Tonight, I'm going to show you how to make a delicious, healthy, whole food shake. I usually have this at night, but really you can have it any time of day. So let's get to it. Push your hips. First things first, I recommend using one of these ginormous cups that you get from a restaurant like Fuzzy's Tacos. Fuzzy's, I used to love them. They're not quite as good as they used to be ever since they sold out to a parent company. Ever since I found that out, I expected the quality to go downhill, and surely enough, it has gone downhill, just like with any restaurant that sells out to a parent company. But the important thing is, one of these cups that are really big like this is optimal for making this shake. First ingredient is 100% real pasteurized egg whites. Egg whites are an extremely bioavailable protein source. It doesn't get much better than whey protein, but you can't have supplemental protein like whey protein all the time. You want to get as much protein as you can from whole foods. So I use the egg whites. Now, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, that's gross. Yeah, I don't want to do egg whites, nasty. But I promise you, if you try this, you're gonna love it. So if you keep trying to argue, yeah, it's nasty, stop. It's delicious and you're gonna love it. Ingredient number 2, peanut butter. You don't have to get the really fancy natural stuff that, you know, all the oil is settled at the top. I think this will do just fine. I think if the rest of your diet is on point, it really doesn't matter all that much if you use natural or peanut butter like this that's not natural. I know some of you out there are gonna be saying, well, you gotta use natural stuff. Once again, stop. It really doesn't matter all that much. Just use regular peanut butter. Last ingredient, and you crunchy people out there are really gonna be upset with me about this, but last ingredient is sugar-free chocolate syrup. I specifically go to Walmart to get this because if you get the name brand Hershey's, it's literally double the price of this Great Value version. And the Great Value version tastes just fine to me, especially when I blend it up with this shake. It tastes phenomenal. Something else that you're gonna need is a food scale. Unless you wanna use a cup that has the amount of ounces measured out on it. Once again, I just like to use this cup because it's very big and I know it will hold the whole shake. That's why I use the food scale. Once again, you do not have to use one of these, but this is what I use to measure out how many egg whites I'm using exactly. Alrighty, we got our food scale out. Let's put the cup on here. I'm gonna zero this out first of all. Then we're gonna switch this to ounces. Boom, or actually fluid ounces, excuse me. All right, we're gonna pour in about 15.5 ounces. This container says it's 32 ounces, but I don't really think it's a true full 32 ounces because times past where I've poured in 16 ounces and then the next night go to make the next shake, I don't get a full 16 ounces. So that's what leads me to believe this isn't a true 32 ounces. That's why I split it up about 15.5 ounces per shake. We got 15.7 right here, close enough, we're gonna roll with it. Now we're gonna add our peanut butter. I don't do a true serving. I guess I'm not that dedicated to fitness. I don't like getting out a measuring spoon for peanut butter, but I get a pretty generous amount, not going overboard. Some of you are probably thinking, well, gee whiz, that's a lot of peanut butter. I use a pretty generous amount of peanut butter in this shake because the carbs are pretty low. Excuse me, I had to get that peanut butter off my hand. Which, by the way, Jif is the best peanut butter out there. I used to be a Peter Pan person. I used to be a Peter Pan person, but I switched to Jif. But once again, I have a lot of fats in this because the carbs are going to be extremely low, and the high fat intake right before bed will help sustain me throughout the night. Last but not least is the chocolate syrup. I don't measure this either. I just give it a pretty good squeeze, and the stuff is pretty low, so just about out. So I'm just gonna give this a good bang on the counter. and finish this bad boy off. Sorry for the fart sounds. When I went to go open this deal of egg whites, the whole freaking cap came off, even the part that attaches to the cardboard. So I think this will be all right until tomorrow night when I make my other shake. One more thing I'm gonna add to this shake is my son's leftover milk from dinner. I don't want it to go to waste, and I really like milk. It's gonna help with the texture a little bit. Mmm, yummy milk. Last step left in the process is blending it up. I guess I should have mentioned at the beginning that I put it in a cup and not a blender because I have this nifty, handy dandy blender right here that's handheld. I forgot what the actual name of it is. Oh yeah, it's called an immersion blender. I've been using one of these ever since I met my wife. These things are wonderful. I hardly ever have to use a standard blender anymore ever since I discovered this. I think that's good. Now time to enjoy. That is tasty. Had my wife try this one time and she had no idea what it was. I just made it and I told her, hey, try this protein shake. She took a sip and she goes, oh, that's really good. I said, yeah, that's my egg white shake. She goes, no way. And I said, yes way. So that's my healthy whole food shake that I like to have at night. Once again, I'm sorry to all those people out there, all of you that are really against artificial sweeteners and you think all of your food has to be organic. I respectfully disagree. Quite frankly, I think organic food is a gigantic scam. It's all about just eating whole foods and eliminating as much of the processed crap from your diet as possible. If you go to the grocery store and just get the conventional version of whole foods, you're gonna be just fine. I like to have this shake at night because I typically get a sweet tooth at night, and this helps satisfy that sweet tooth. But once again, you could have this for breakfast. If I have this at breakfast, I usually like to throw in a banana. I feel like that blends really well with it. You could put in oats. I suppose if you're gonna put oats in the shake though, you would probably let those soak overnight in either water or milk to let those soften up. Otherwise, if you just throw the oats in immediately, you're probably gonna have a bunch of crunchy oats in your shake, and that's just awkward and weird and really chewy, and no one wants that. So once again, guys, that's my shake. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you try it. If you do try it, please let me know in the comments if you like it. Also, please subscribe to my channel if you want more useful tips on diet and exercise stuff. I'm gonna be having more videos come your way. I'm gonna be doing more cool trips to gyms, and I'm also gonna be doing more reviews on supplements and more reviews on stuff for the home gym. This is Culver Personal Training, signing out. Have a great evening. God bless.